A grocery store worker in Staten Island was arrested for assault after Rudy Giuliani claimed the man violently assaulted him. But it turns out that video evidence, surveillance of the incident doesn't really show what Rudy Giuliani claims happened. Now, here's what Giuliani said about the alleged assault on a conservative radio show. Let's watch.
All of a sudden, I feel a shot on my back, like somebody shot me. I went forward, but luckily I didn't fall down. Lucky I'm a 78-year-old who's in pretty good shape. Because if I wasn't, I'd have hit the ground and probably cracked my skull.
Wow. I mean, that sounds serious. Rudy Giuliani is an older gentleman, okay? I obviously am being very generous with the use of the word gentleman here and also sarcastic. Crack his skull. I mean, I don't want to promote violence. This is terrible. In fact, the radio show that he was on had a host who really made a point to talk about how serious this assault was, okay? Before Giuliani came in, he told the audience about the seriousness of the incident. Let's listen to that.
Rudy Giuliani got jumped, got sucker punched. And yet, he got hit, he turned around, he gritted it, he bared with it. And as we speak right now, he's leaving a Little League game out there in Staten Island. That's right. He took that blow. It didn't knock him down to the ground. And he just kept moving, Well, I'm going to let him explain the details because we were able to get the first exclusive interview right after he got cold cocked, sucker punched by this menace to society.
Rudy Giuliani, he got jumped. He got sucker punched. I don't want to put words in his mouth, okay? I don't want to put words in his mouth, but that's what happened. He got clocked. Let me just say, don't agree with this guy on pretty much anything. I'm talking about the conservative host here, but I do enjoy his delivery. In fact, this is my favorite part about what he had to say.
Rudy Giuliani got jumped, got sucker punched.
Yeah, sucker punched. A little spittle situation happening there. All right, well, we've been, kind of primed to see this surveillance video and think, man, it's probably really bad. Rudy Giuliani almost broke his skull. He almost died. Sounds like he almost died. All right, let's take a look at the surveillance. Let's keep my mic up since there's no sound. Yeah, that's it. What you just saw, it already happened. That was it. Let's play it again. He got clocked. Rudy Giuliani got clocked. He got sucker punched. The guy looks like did a quick slap on his back. And apparently, according to Rudy Giuliani, although take anything he has to say with a grain of salt, because he clearly exaggerated the situation, he claims that the guy said something that was very mean, because he was upset about the reversal of Roe, meaning that women's autonomy, their ability to make decisions about their own bodies have been stripped away from them, something that Rudy Giuliani and conservatives have been fighting for, right? He did not get punched, he did not get sucker punched, but it doesn't matter because it turns out that he called for this guy, this grocery store worker in Staten Island to get arrested. And sure enough, he did get arrested. ShopRite employee, a 39-year-old Staten Island resident by the name of Daniel Gill has been arrested and charged with assault of someone 65 or older, a felony, by the way. The video has no sound, but the NYPD spokesman said Gill asked, "What's up, scumbag?" when he approached Giuliani. Which, is there something wrong with calling him a scumbag? Isn't that what he is? And don't we have protections to say what we want to say? Now, he's being charged with assault, not, saying something mean to Giuliani. But Giuliani, I mean, being called a scumbag is like the most violent thing ever. Someone slapping him on the back is the equivalent of like serious assault where he almost broke his skull. It's unbelievable. Look, You hear from right wingers, including people like Tucker Carlson, argue that it's the feminists' fault, that men in America are weak now because of the feminists. The feminists led to the pussification of men. You hear that over and over again. Maybe these guys were cowards from the jump. Have you considered that? A guy who hyperventilates over what you just saw in that video. And look, I personally don't think you should put your hands on anyone in any way unless it's clear that they're okay with it, right? So I wouldn't have touched Giuliani at all. But to argue that that is assault and that someone should be prosecuted for it is insane. He got jumped, he got sucker punched, except he didn't. And what's interesting is how Giuliani later scoffed at the police who asked to see surveillance before arresting the guy. Let's listen to that.
The 123 precinct, do you know that place?
Sure.
And I told the people there, I want this guy held and I want him arrested. They said, we have to look at the tape. Like, you didn't trust me. They looked at the tape and they said, my God, he really hit you very hard. I have 5 witnesses, including one a city worker and the other a retired detective. The city worker said that I was hit so hard it almost knocked her over. So we got the guy arrested.
Okay, just there's so much to unpack in that from that video. Yeah, the authorities need to see the surveillance. They need to see evidence before they just arrest someone. They didn't trust me. Yeah, Rudy, you're a liar. You're still lying about how the election was stolen from Donald Trump and how you alleged to have mountains of evidence proving it, even after you lost more than 60 court battles. You guys lost and you refuse to accept it. You keep lying to the American people about it. The January 6th commission, during the hearings, we learned that internally, Rudy Giuliani thought Eastman's plan of installing sham electors was crazy, was unhinged. But then on January 6th, during his speech, he promoted it knowing that it was a BS theory that had absolutely no root in reality. Yeah, you're a liar. And even if he wasn't a liar, even if he wasn't known for being a lunatic liar, yeah, the authorities need to see evidence. They need to see evidence before they just arrest someone. You can't just tell cops like, I don't like that guy, arrest them. The fact that this man got arrested in the first place, I think is outrageous and the charges should be dropped. Because again, no one was assaulted. No one was sucker punched. No one was jumped. These people are so incredibly fragile. They want to provide cover for Capitol rioters who were vicious on January 6th. Absolutely vicious and continue to threat Americans with violence. They provided cover for them. But once they get a little bit of backlash in the flesh, oh my God, he got sucker punched. No, he didn't. Pussification of men in the Republican Party was apparently already an issue. Because that weakness, that exaggeration, absolutely pathetic. If you can't take the heat, how about you shut up and get out of public life?
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.